This video is meant to be more as a send-off to Gran Turismo as we know it currently, or a day ago, or whenever you watch this video. This is showing GT6 as the final hours of online, but this is more meant to be as Gran Turismo as the way GT6 and its predecessors were. Meaning, car collecting, a whole heck of a heap of tracks. As realistic physics as you expect from Gran Turismo, and all in all, games being about fun instead of absolute complete realism. Granted, some fun can come from realism, but if you're a fan of GT Sport more than the other GT games, you might not want to watch this video, is what I'm saying here. I ain't necessarily ranting at GT Sport, I'm just saying that the other games are better, and we don't really have them anymore. This is going to be a relatively short video, but pretty much I started off playing Gran Turismo somewhere about GT3. I've told this story before, but I'll go into different details than I've mentioned before, or at least try my best to. GT3 I don't remember all that much, but by GT4 I was enjoying Gran Turismo in general and remembering it. I played GT1 and 2 in about that time in like one of my friends' houses who didn't have their PS2 working or something, but I don't remember them much either, but I do know I played them. Before, honestly, I remember I even played it with my family. My mom at least attempted to play it some and was probably better than some players on sport nowadays I've ran into with different video. And my dad was actually pretty good at it. I don't have any brothers or sisters, but for family-wise, my dad actually started more on consoles, and then was about GT4 time was more two computers, but I mean, back in the 80s, there weren't really computers, they were the consoles, so that's what he knew. And honestly, way back when in GT4, I remember my dad set a lap. I think it was just a track that he practiced a lot at and knew that I wouldn't have much experience with it just because it's kind of an odd thing. But he actually set a lap at Ice Arena. Do y'all remember that track? I barely do, but it was there. GT4. Like a 1997 Mitsubishi Lancer for some reason. In like 2007. And he didn't really tell me about it. It was just something he did. And then in like 2014-ish, I saw it as a random replay loaded on GT4, and I knew there wasn't many replays on there because the PS2 barely had any memory. And I sure as the sun will lag in the old GT games. Let's mention that in other videos too. Didn't think it was mine, so then I watched the replay, and it was a really cotton picking good lap. Like, apexes, carrying good speed, like, I mean, it may not be like top 10 in the world of what would be equivalent now, but as good as you're realistically gonna get with an hour or so practice, as good as that would be. And so I didn't really know where it was, but I tried to beat it, and it quite literally took me like 2 days to actually beat the lap. So that in of itself is old Gran Turismo's. I think Sport does actually have multiplayer, but I think y'all get where I'm getting at. Odd combinations that you can just practice on forever. It may not even be online, but just there was so much to do in the old games, and that's coming to an end now from what it's looking like. That's just one of many examples, but that's probably the most timeless and relatable example. I played with friends at their house, and then at my house too. I remember it was like 2009 or so, I had friend come over to my house, and I had one of those PlayStation 3s that could actually play the PlayStation 2 games. I wish they could all do that, but different video as well. And he had like whatever WWE was that year. I don't know if it was by numbers or if it was like a by name or whatever. It was one of the new WWE games. I played that for like 30 minutes and got bored. So then I put in Gran Turismo 4, which that friend has never played before at that point. And it was like the most enjoyable game he's ever played. And then he went out and bought a copy of it from like, probably at that point it was still EB Games, for like $15 or something. So I made a Gran Turismo fan from that. GT Sport, yeah, again, you can play it 2-player, but I think the races that we did were like, I think I was in a I know this seems too good to be true. I think I actually was. I was in a Dodge Ram for that race, and like he was in like a statistically better car than me just because I played the game. He was in like a Jaguar something, fast Jaguar. Like the 400 horsepower coupe one, maybe, that was like souped up or something, but I won the race by a little bit, but he still enjoyed it too because he kind of drifted around a Jaguar and had fun and that. I think we did a race on, I think it was Deep Forest, and then we did more too, but that's the one I remember more in detail. Just sport doesn't have that. I mean, I ain't saying we're never gonna get that, but it's not guaranteed yet. We don't even know we're getting 7 yet. So if this is the end of the old Gran Turismos, those are my memories from it. I have a whole heck of a heap more, but this more just was a smaller video to send them off. GT6 has the ability to do this too. It doesn't have Ice Arena, but it has other weird tracks as well. And it has weird cars to put them on, but no more though. I'm sure y'all have your own memories too. If you want to share them in the comments or whatever, that's cool too. But I guess that's it. That's the main reason I've done a whole heck of a heap of videos on GT6 near the end. Is not because I love GT6. It's fine. As I said in the summing up GT6 video, it's like an 8.5 out of 10, which is good. But it's still worse than all the others. The main reason I've done a whole heck of a heap of videos in GT6 because it's the last of the normal. We may never get something like this ever again. So it's better to just relive what we have while we still have it. Because, well, now we don't. And I think we're going to be starting to miss it really cotton picking quick if we're not already. But we do have the memories, which are worth reliving in terms of watching or just remembering in general, even if you can't relive them directly. Sport makes its own memories, but that's a different video, and the memories are kind of iffy, and but I don't have that many bad memories of GT4 or GT3, those type of things. 5 and 6, the main bad memories are more involving online, but there's a lot of good memories from online as well, but I'm not discussing that quite as much in this video, just because only 5 and 6 are the ones with online that are more of the old guard. I may do a different video on it, but this is more just a send-off to how like all Gran Turismo were. Cool cars, cool tracks, unique cars, unique tracks, and a good combination of all of it to make pretty cotton-picking fun and pretty realistic racing game that had pretty much something for everyone. You could race arcade if you want. You could race realistic if you want. I mean, they're GT Academy champions that came from even GT5, like 2008 or so was the first GT Academy. That was realistic enough to get a real race car driver. They weren't unrealistic. So, yeah, that's ending now. So, I hope y'all enjoyed it even through the years. Not just GT6 in particular, just all of them, because I guess you could just go back and play with your friend GT4 and play it just like you could 10 years ago. GT6 does have split screen, but there's nostalgia sakes in there as well. But you know what you can't do with GT Sport, from what it's looking like, is play with your friends after it all online ends, because then you just can't really play the game. And you definitely can't race a whole heck of a heap of tracks with a whole heck of a heap of cars.